Here's a GRE probability question. Let's take a look. A game of chance has 4 mutually exclusive possible outcomes with probabilities A, B, C, and D. If B is equal to 2A, C is equal to 2B, and D is equal to 30%, what is the value of A? All right, a lot going on here. Let's start with a definition of this term. Mutually exclusive possible outcomes. Well, when we're talking about probability, if 2 events are mutually exclusive, it means that if one is happening, the other is not happening. For example, if I flip a heads on a coin, it means that I didn't get a tail. And when you think about what that means, it means that there's no overlap in their probabilities. So what's the probability of flipping a heads on a fair 2-sided coin? It's 50%, which means that the probability of not flipping a heads, a tails, is also 50%. Those probabilities, this is key, have to add up to 100%. So we have a slightly more complicated situation here. There are 4 possible outcomes. Maybe we call it a 4-sided coin or a 4-sided die if you want. Right? We have the probability of A, the probability of B, the probability of C, and the probability of D. But the point is they all have to add up to 100% because there's mutually exclusive. It's not like I can get an A and a B sometimes, in the same way that it's impossible to flip a heads and a tails. So whenever you see mutually exclusive, you can think has to add up to 100% and they don't overlap. All right, so we know that D, the probability of event D happening, is 30%. So 30% right there. And now it's a little bit of just an algebra problem. A is equal to A, or 1A. B is equal to 2A. C is equal to 2B, so we can write that as 4A. And as we said before, right, the guiding principle of this problem is that they all have to add up to 100. So let's do some math. A plus 2A plus 4A plus 30 equals 100. So subtract 30 from both sides. There we go. And we get A plus 2A plus 4A, so that's 7A, has to equal 70. Divide both sides by 7, we find that A is equal to 10, or 10%. For more GRE tips and tricks, or to sign up for my online course, follow the link on my profile.